Join me as I dive into the top 5 foods that are secretly wrecking your joints, and I'll see if I can avoid them for a whole week. When we think about joint health, we often focus on exercise and physical therapy, which is great, but what about the foods we eat every day? Believe it or not, some of the foods we love could be secretly destroying our joints, and today we're going to talk about the ones you need to be aware of. Many of us suffer from joint pain and inflammation, and it's no secret that it can be debilitating. But did you know that certain foods can actually contribute to this problem? In fact, research suggests that a significant portion of joint pain cases can be linked back to our diet. The good news is that by making a few simple changes, we can significantly reduce our risk of joint damage. The relationship between food and joint health is complex, and it's not just about avoiding certain foods, but also about understanding how they affect our bodies. When we eat foods that trigger inflammation, it can lead to a range of problems, from pain and stiffness to swelling and even long-term damage. Inflammation is a natural response to injury or infection, but when it becomes chronic, it can wreak havoc on our joints. And the foods we eat can either fuel or fight this inflammation. So, if you're tired of feeling like your joints are holding you back, it's time to take a closer look at what you're putting on your plate. Let's dive into the top 5 foods that are secretly destroying your joints. Number 5 is dairy. Yes, you heard that right, dairy. From milk and cheese to yogurt and butter, dairy products are a staple in many of our diets. But for those of us with joint issues, dairy can be a major culprit. You see, dairy contains a protein called casein, which can cause inflammation in some people, leading to joint pain and stiffness. Number 4 is refined sugar. We all know that sugary snacks and drinks are bad for us, but did you know that refined sugar can also contribute to joint pain? When we consume high amounts of sugar, our bodies produce advanced glycation end products, or AGEs, which are pro-inflammatory compounds that can damage our joints over time. Number 3 is processed meat. Processed meats like hot dogs, sausages, and bacon are convenient, but they're also loaded with advanced glycation end products, or AGEs, and sodium, which can exacerbate joint inflammation. Plus, the preservatives and additives used in processed meats can disrupt our gut health, leading to even more inflammation. Number 2 is fried foods. Fried foods are guilty pleasures for many of us, but the cooking process itself can create harmful compounds that promote inflammation. When we fry foods, the high heat causes the formation of advanced glycation end products, or AGEs, and aldehydes, which can damage our joints and lead to chronic inflammation. And the number 1 food that destroys your joints is gluten. Gluten is a protein found in wheat, barley, and rye, and it's a major contributor to joint pain and inflammation in many people. You see, gluten can trigger an immune response in some individuals, leading to chronic inflammation and joint damage. In fact, research shows that a gluten-free diet can significantly reduce joint pain and inflammation in people with gluten sensitivity. Gluten is particularly problematic because it's so ubiquitous in our diets. From bread and pasta to baked goods and even some sauces and condiments, gluten is everywhere. And if you're gluten sensitive, consuming even small amounts can trigger a flare-up of joint pain and inflammation. So what can you do? The first step is to become more mindful of the foods you eat and how they make you feel. Start by tracking your diet and paying attention to any patterns or correlations between the foods you eat and your joint pain. Then, try eliminating some of the top offenders from your diet and see how your body responds. In conclusion, the foods we eat have a significant impact on our joint health, and by making informed dietary choices, we can reduce our risk of joint pain and inflammation. Remember, it's not just about avoiding certain foods, but also about nourishing your body with whole, anti-inflammatory foods that promote overall health. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you've struggled with joint pain, let me know in the comments below how you've managed to overcome it. And if you haven't already, be sure to check out my other videos for more health tips.